There's nothing less appetizing than stew.
These are swim trunks, not underwear, by the way.
No one.
Let me say 2,000, Liana. He's not winning. Let me say 2,000.
This smells like my vagina Frenching.
Sure, that works. Frenching. Okay, great.
Okay, we gotta do penis.
Okay.
We all being cool.
That is 20 movies total.
So
Yes, Booyah.
yeah, here's what I want to say about David here, right? So David knew the right things to say by citing, throwing some RHAP out there, throwing some Rob says name
Nick's
check,
deep dive.
name checks David Bloomberg, right? And listen, David,
If-
Bloomberg, that is. I appreciate you.
If David Bloomberg
no
was
one-
here, David would have gone #1. Okay.
Yeah, listen.
Fifth best
Just because
season
one
of Robin,
person
it hasn't
vibes
aired.
with your 8 rules doesn't mean they're about to break the mold. Like he's memorized the rules. He doesn't have any of the personability to pull them up. I don't think so. If David wins, I will eat 200 chicken nuggets in one day. I will double what I did
You
last.
just want to
I
eat
said it was-
chicken nuggets.
He's not winning. Liana, he's not winning. You know this. I know this. Don't even. He's not winning.
Game. Amon ate a chapstick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Did
200
Amon-
nuggets. No.
Go,
He did eat a
Shannon.
chapstick.
Look up the caloric content and the nightmare that'll do to your body. That's worse than a chapstick. I could
Yeah.
top out on a chapstick. I'm
What?
doing the most.
Well, where
He's
will
willing
the
to eat- No, go
where
ahead.
they
You
where
pick-
would the
you
nuggets
pick
be
the
from?
establishment.
Okay.
You
I'm
pick
not,
the
I'm not agreeing
establishment.
to this.
Wait,
yet.
but
Liana
didn't
has
you
to
eat
say it's
200?
okay.
No, I
Liana,
don't.
How many nuggets did you
I'd
eat
rather you eat
before?
a chapstick.
100.
You ate 100?
Liana,
Like,
it's not gonna.
approve of
It's
the
full.
first time.
Liana, it's not gonna happen. You know he's not gonna win.
But
It's
wait,
David. You know he's
How
not gonna
much?
win.
How much more is 200? Like, I know it's double, but once you've eaten 100, I feel like you're pretty much off to the races,
Yeah, you're
right? Like,
fucking
two-
Oh, you should have seen it. I was struggling. It was a mess. It was
Mhm.
awful.
I was there for some of it. I
Like once,
understand.
it was
once you're
not great.
full, you might as well just be fuller. Like no, that's not how it works.
It's never gonna happen. So I'm confident.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Puya has
I'm
suggested
okay with
for
it.
no reason that if David wins, he'll eat 200 nuggets, which no one again was asking him to do. I love this. We should
Well,
all
that
have our
kind of
own
sticks up.
grenade pick, and we should all do something really
So-
strange.
I would spin
Just
Puya back.
as an example, 200 McDonald's McNuggets.
Oof, I don't want to know
is
this right now, please. No.
8,300 calories.
Oh, that's not that
And
bad.
that's a lot of calories?
No.
It's
Okay,
I mean,
so
if you're like
2,000 for like a
bodybuilder,
regular
no?
person, like per
Mhm.
day. So
It's like four days
I mean, it's,
worth.
it's
You're
not
not
impossible.
The Rock. Like no
And
one.
let me
needs
say
to eat
2,000.
that.
Liana, he's not winning. Let me say 2,000. I'm
No, that's impossible.
I'm
You
not
never
saying
do
that. I'm saying 200, but it's not
Okay.
gonna happen.
Listen, if Puya has to eat the 200 McNuggets or chicken nuggets, I will eat 100. Just
There
a
we go.
solid
100.
Stop offering to eat nuggets. No
Hey,
one is
hold on,
asking
McDonald's is
anything.
not a sponsor. They're getting like
We have somehow
Couple hundred
managed
bucks.
to convince an entire audience to root for David to win this season. Who knew that was going to be the outcome of
Wait a
this
minute.
podcast?
I do want him to do well. He's obviously a fan of RHAP, so we love that. But I just think that it came off very clinical, the answers, and not like in a doctor way, but it was just like very much like Survivor Computer. It was spitting out the words, and it was like, I wonder if it translates. That's all. That's my
Mhm.
only fear.
Yeah, I mean,
That's your only
listen,
fear, and you offered to eat 100 nuggets?
I love chicken. There's no chicken.
I mean, here's the thing. I love to be wrong about my draft predictions. If David proves me wrong, I would be extremely glad, especially now that it means that Puya would have to eat 200 nuggets.
Not gonna happen, but it's fine.
Okay, who's eating what?
Yeah, too much to root for this.
No.
It's
No,
not.
I
Rob,
hate
we're
to
fine.
lose
It's
him.
not gonna happen. It is not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
I just feel you were way too willing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how much I believe in this. How much I believe it's not gonna happen. We're
How
fine.
much you
Why
don't
don't you
believe
jump
this,
to
David.
nuggets?
Put this video on. It's not gonna happen. We're fine. We're good.
I'll just
down for-
renew the
we're down
life
for a
insurance
stat.
We're
policy.
okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's
We're
going to be
fine.
bad for the podcast if Puya dies from this bet.
It's
I think that's
fine.
bad
It's
publicity.
not. It's not. We're good.
I can't wait till I hire Melissa to advocate my case that Puya did in fact agree for 2,000 nuggets.
I thought you meant to represent you in the murder
That's what
trial.
well, I mean,
Both names can be true. Both names.
I
No,
feel
but this is
my
the
hands
sad
are
thing.
clean.
Either one.
Okay, I see it. I know he's a neurosurgeon, but go with the storyline. Puya eats 200 nuggets. They rush in a hospital. Who's there to help him? Survivor on a day.
No.
That you doubted. And now you need him. And you know what he says? He says, "No, I refuse."
No, he's gonna look at. He's gonna
No,
make eye
Hippocratic
contact
oath,
with
he's
me,
got
and then
to.
he's gonna be
Freaking oath.
like.
Freaking oath.
He's gonna eye contact me. He's gonna don't scheme and plot too much. I'm like, oh no, it's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Did we
All
just
right.
win an Emmy?
I
think he did.
want Puya to live. I want him on this earth for Liana, for all of us. I want Puya to be alive, but I've never wanted anything more in my lifetime than for David to win Survivor.
I don't know if y'all probably don't do this. Do y'all pee in pools?
No. What?
Okay.
No.
Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. Yeah.
Jacob, do you pee in pools?
If I have to go.
If you have to, sir, get
Is this
out
a,
of
is this
there.
a joke? Is this a bit?
No. Okay. I like if you're in a pool and like you're like
No.
I don't feel like getting out. Why? Why not? Why not go to the restroom? I'm not taking a number 2 in the pool, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
please. Yeah.
I hope you're not. Like, oh my
Hope
God.
not. Oh my God.
What is this?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought when you peed in the pool, what if it has that coloring thing where it shows that I
No.
did something?
So that's when you get a little bit out, and then you look around and see, and then like if it's not the case, then
So
wait,
you
I'm telling you,
check.
let me stop.
Wow.
Oh my God.
This is going to be
Can-
the viral moment of this podcast.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
I'm happy I was here for this. Oh.
All right. I don't even know where we go from that. And you still wouldn't vote for Fabio as a fellow pool peer.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Honestly, if and especially you're on TV where like things go like this. We don't know if they had a bathroom break. Fabio got in the water. He's good. You know what I mean? He should have swam around to like make it at least an illusion of like I'm
Jacob,
not doing this,
as
you
someone
know?
who's peed in the pool,
Uh-huh.
have you ever expected someone to ask you, "Hey, did you just pee in the pool?" Like, is that a thing
Yes.
you expect people to ask?
If it gets warm in that area that I'm in, I expect eyes to be looked at me. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And my
Well, there
response
was no
would be
one
like,
else in the pool.
My response would be, "Wouldn't you?" And apparently,
Mhm.
I'm one of the not so hot numbers with this. So
Mhm.
Okay.
Rob's just like,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you're doing this is a bit.
No, Rob. If I go to a swimming pool, I
Yeah.
will use the restroom in the swimming pool. To me, why not? It's
I think there's
chlorine.
some reasons,
Chlorine.
yeah.
Chlorine. It's chlorine.
Mhm.
And it's honestly like, why not? It's convenient. I wouldn't do it around anyone.
Mhm.
But if after a minute, if I go to the restroom and someone swim in that area, I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, oh, okay, what's up? How you doing, Tom?
Yeah.
And letting them go about their business. And hopefully, now talking out loud about it, it is like more sickening. But
Yeah, this is very brave, Jacob. I appreciate this on a podcast.
It's not easy to come out and say you pee in the pool.
I mean, once you're like 13 or like 11 or even 9 doing it, you're like, then you become 10, then 15, then I'm 23 now, and I'm looking around like we are all out doing this. I'm sure at some age you did, but then you were told, okay, it's not the best thing to do. But then you're to an age where like, hey, if I don't feel like getting out, if I'm eating a hot dog in the pool, then that sounds even worse. But yeah.
Can we move on, Rob? Can we move on? I want to save Jacob. I'm gonna
move
save this
on.
kid.
Okay. All right. What else? All right. Steven. Dr. Mike was so excited about Robin Akiva's new podcast because the Robin Akiva, or he thought RAANAP stood for Robin Akiva need a blank.
We'll do penis. Okay, we gotta do
fine.
penis.
Okay. Okay.
We'll
Steven,
do
I
penis.
feel I could not have been clearer. I strongly
I'm trying to be as not blue as possible. Trying to
but
keep
you're
it
4
medical.
points
If
behind, Steven.
Yeah.
You're losing. So
Robin Akiva need a penis.
yeah.
All right. Booyah.
I've heard that
Put
before.
that
Front.
Dr. Mike was so excited to hear about Robin Akiva's new podcast. Robin Akiva need a blank.
No matter what's on this piece of paper, I'm gonna need some parodies for Robin Akiva need a penis next week. That being said, I did say penis. I just said penis as well.
Oh,
So,
points!
there you go.
Yes.
You get a match. It's a match.
A point for Steven. Okay, Jenny.
My interpretation is I think that maybe Dr. Mike felt like it was like 2 P's combined into one, and I went for penis pump.
Okay. Not the same. Maggie. Dr. Mike thought RAANAP stood
This
for
is
Robin
not good,
Akiva need a
Rob.
blank. Yes.
This is not good. I'm not proud of what I've done over here.
Okay.
All right. I'm not proud.
Okay, not proud.
I took this to Mian because I was sort of also like Steven, like they are men. They have that. Why would they need a penis? And I know that you both have beautiful wives.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna show you what I did, and you can take with it what you will. I'm not proud. All right, I'm not proud.
That actually is probably where Dr. Mike would have gone. I feel like if we had Dr. Mike, that's what he would have.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
We're all in quarantine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Beautiful artwork for the podcast only people. Please
Yes.
check it out. She did a great job.
Yes. All right, Shannon.
I went penis, and I'm at my parents' house, so I'm just gonna
Burn it. Throw the paper away. Jason. Dr. Mike thought RAANAP was for Robin Keep need a blank.
Also, did go with a big old lovely penis.
Penis. Okay. All right. That makes it 5-4. Stephen could tie it here with Brian Scally. Robin and Akiva need a blank, according to Dr. Mike.
All right. So I was really debating how much do I want to hold up a sign that says penis on the internet for now, but I also went with it's a medical term. We're good.
Yes.
Penis.
Okay. And we are tied.
Wow.
Stephen has come all the way back.
My favorite bit of it was she says to him, okay, so I wanted to tell you this. So when I watch Big Brother, I always
Wait, did I freeze? Did I freeze or did Taryn freeze? Wait, I'm confused. Taryn, I want to hear the story. Wait, am I? Should I freeze too? I'm sorry. Wait. Okay. So guys. Okay. So when Taryn comes back, everyone's gonna like be quiet, and when he comes back, we're gonna pop out and surprise him. Okay. So I don't know when he's coming back, but whenever he does, we're gonna. Wait. I'm alone. Wait. No, this is not how this is supposed to work. Taryn, get back! Oh my gosh! Oh my God! They gave the keys to the wrong person. Oh my gosh! I don't even know the. I don't even know the story that Taryn's about to tell. Oh wait, this is wild. Okay. Okay, so I just don't know the story that he was about to tell, but I'm just gonna move past that, and I'm gonna get into the conversation. Okay, so guys, calm down. He should be back. He'll be back. We're just gonna calm down. We're gonna focus. So I'm internally combusting right now. Let me see if anybody texted me. Okay, so guys, I want to talk about. Okay, let's calm down, everyone. Calm down. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. No, you're just left with my beautiful face, right? And so.
Holding the fort.
Taryn, I was holding it down. These are swim trunks, not underwear, by the way. I didn't know I was going to stand up. Oh. These are swim trunks, not underwear. Oh my gosh.
swim trunks, funny. Just wearing swim trunks.
I'm just wearing swim trunks, right?
Yeah.
But Taryn, I was holding it down for you.
I appreciate it. And I apologize to the listeners / watchers for the technical difficulties. I still am without a proper computer.
Taryn, that was so funny. Were you like laughing when you was gone?
Oh no, I was not laughing.
We were laughing,
desperately trying to get back in.
I held it down for you. You know, I always got you.
I'll watch it back.
Now you know about my notebook that I wrote pre-season.
Yeah.
You know, about with all my trips and tricks and tips.
Yes.
For winning the Big Brother game, but that's not the only book that I wrote. preseason. I
Yes.
got this other book over here that I'm working on. Farm Fresh Mad Libs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes something like this. Let me just do this. So you got like I feel like, and I'm gonna need a verb ending in ing.
Mm-hmm. Gerund.
Frenching.
Frenching.
Sure, that works. Frenching. Okay, great. I'm gonna need a direction. A direction, like a compass, or you're like up, down, left, and right. One of
Like
them.
northeast.
Sure. Perfect. The more complicated you can make it, the more it sounds like a random word generator. That's what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna need a body part, human or animal, doesn't matter.
Hoof.
Great. And then I'm gonna need an animal, maybe something you find on the farm.
How about a lightning bug?
Oh, perfect. Okay, so for example, we got here like I feel like Frenching the northeast side hoof of a lightning bug. Makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you get all your phrases.
Could you use that
you can use on the
in
farm.
context so we know how to use that, Frenchie?
Well, sure. If you're like like if you're really really ticked off about something, right? You might feel like Frenching the northeast side hoof of a lightning bug.
That's good.
You know how
That's
it is.
he's sweeping the
Yeah.
nation.
Yeah.
I have a poem, Rob. I have a poem. If you want it.
Boy. Okay.
I mean, I
yes.
don't have to read it, but I mean, my idol coach did read a poem on his way out the door, and I might have to. Oh, Allie's gone.
No, I'm here. I just know I'm gonna laugh, and I just don't want to.
I wrote it. It's about bagels. Do you guys want to hear my poem?
Oh
about
my god!
bagels?
If it's a seeds poem, I have to go.
It's absolutely a seeds poem. I think it's pretty
Oh
good,
my
actually.
God, I hate
Not to overhype it, but here's my poem.
This is a real treat if you made it 4.5 hours into this.
I feel like this is the right format.
The
to
right
read this poem.
spot. Okay.
I wrote this a while ago, by the way, and it's near and dear to my heart.
Kalish goes to fantasy camp. His whole life is a fantasy camp.
I know. Sunday noon, too early for lunch, but too late for breakfast. It's time to have brunch. The bagels, they sit on the bagel store shelf. Those round rolls of dough, each so proud of itself. The poppies are speckled with seeds dark as night, and sesames look just as freckled but light. Onion and garlic exploding with flavor, but salted thinks they are the ones you should savor. The customers enter the store single file. It seems like the line stretches on for a mile. Each bagel believes that its kind is the best, denounces the others with zeal and with zest. The poppies think sesame seeds are too light, and sesame thinks poppy isn't so bright. Onion and garlic exploding with anger. The saltage will surely make this thing a banger. They tussle, they tousle, they brawl, and they fight. Each bagel believing its topping is right. Seeds flying off in every direction. Plain bagels below can't avoid the projection. They're coated with poppy and sesame too. Then onion and garlic and salt join the crew. These bagels are altered beyond recognition. What would they do with this seedy addition? The customers goggled, they gazed, and they gawked. What was this thing that the store did concoct? The first one online said, "Yo, what are these? They're everything bagels. Want a dozen? Please." The first bite was taken, and it was perfection. Everyone loved this new flavor collection. Word spread down the line about the new bagel. Each customer ordered what they could finagle. Poppy and sesame turned to each other. They finally realized their great epic blunder. Onion and garlic and salt did the same, each one realizing they all shared the blame. The next day, the bagels still sat on the shelf. Each one was still proud, each one still itself. But there was no reason to get in the ring. They all worked together to make everything.
That was like the Odyssey.
Seeds, baby. How did the bagel poem go on for 3 minutes?
I told you it was a long poem. I'm trying to break the record.
It was going to be like a limerick.
You know when somebody plays guitar for you and you are just there in a room when it's like one person playing guitar?
I've never had this personal experience, but
It's like how I felt. It was happened to be a good poem, but I also wanted to evaporate.
That's fair. I felt like I was filibustering at some point. Like I could read this on the floor of Congress if I'm trying to get a bill stop from being passed.
And I am the biggest vocal hater of the Seeds Baby trend. So I'm starting to think, was this a setup? Like I don't want to be so self-centered, but have I been set up this whole asking me to do token chains to decide to sit through that poem?
Yep.
This smells like my vagina candle is a brand new offering, or actually January 2020 is when it first launched on Goop. Do you know how much it costs for the goop.com This Smells Like My Vagina candle?
$45. 60.
You're both too low. $75 for Gwyneth's vagina candle. Yeah. Created a fire And this was in the home of a woman who lived in London. She said, I've never seen anything like it. The whole thing was ablaze, too hot to touch. There was an inferno in the room.
Dude,
Could've
that's
burned my
exactly
plate
my
down.
experience.
Yeah, lots of 13-year-old boys have seen this phenomenon happen.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just talking to the wrong people.
Yeah. No NBD for me over here. It's like you got to blow out that candle before you let it burn for 15 hours straight, or
With
this
several discarded matchsticks in it.
with several
which is pretty
different
much what was going
makeshift
on.
wicks that you've
Yeah.
jammed into the wax yourself. Yeah.
So what they did was they threw the flaming candle out the front door. The woman's partner who lives with her said it could have burned the place down. It was scary at the time, but funny looking back that Gwyneth's vagina candle exploded in my living room. Does it come from Gwyneth? This smells like my vagina. Like this is like Gwyneth Paltrow's unique scent that this is based off of.
Yeah, they probably spent millions to perfect the scent. Lots
Imported
of
a bunch of
research.
perfume experts from Paris to sniff her out before matching the scents perfectly.
Like a bloodhound. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to need a little bit more Snell glop.
Is there anything that potentially like is Gwyneth's scent just too potent?
And that's what caused
Like
the
this wasn't like a
explosion.
pumpkin spice candle that went up.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Like, is Gwyneth too powerful?
She does have a lot of power. She might be too powerful. Not even talking about the
Like
candle.
the
just in
world
general.
couldn't handle Gwyneth Paltrow's scented candle.
I think you just got to put it in like a titanium can rather
That's her
than
superpower.
rather than glass.
We were not ready yet to harness the power of Gwyneth's scented vagina candle.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
The world just wasn't ready for it. Glass hasn't become strong
Our
enough.
technology is not ready to handle it. So maybe at some point, maybe they could get it like down to like an atomizer or something else that would be, we just can't channel this power.
Well, I think maybe just light it and enjoy the scent of it for like a minute or two and then turn it off.
In small
Or just
doses.
Light it, take a bunch of, a bunch of quick breaths of it
What
in.
if you took it outside and you lit it and it was just killing everything in the air, like mosquitoes were falling out of the sky?
Oh, put it under a murder
butterflies,
hornet nest.
birds, murder hornets. Nothing can survive the smell.
So you think that if we lit all the vagina candles in the world at the same time, the murder hornets would become extinct?
Only if we lit them all like in that Oregon forest.
So it's
that
like a
might concentrate
citronella.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has multi-use. Now I know why it costs $75.
I feel like I'm so confused because for me, I'm not seeing it with Kylan. And maybe I'm just so off and I hope I'm wrong, but I just I'm not getting it. Like he was my last pick. And I hope I'm wrong.
Melissa,
I hope I'm wrong.
you just don't like the competition because he's a movie buff and he's seen all the nominated movies.
I'm sorry, but I have to say that did influence me because you can't be like, I've watched all the best picture winners from the past two decades.
Let's explore this because Melissa, he watched just the winners and you watched all the nominees.
No, not
for
even
Best
that.
Picture.
He watched
took
the
the
winners.
easy way.
He watched the winners of the past 2 decades. That is 20 movies total. That's nothing.
How many movies did you watch,
Is that
Melissa?
something that you brag about? I do not understand it. All I'm saying is that
calling himself a movie buff? I felt like he was just saying he likes movies.
he was saying, but
Not
he was
enough,
saying,
Amon.
He said to Mike Bloom,
He likes
specifically,
movies.
he
Melissa
said-
loves movies.
He said, he's like, well, I love movies. In fact, I have watched the best picture winner of the past 2 decades. That's some big impressive accomplishment. That is 20 movies total. I'm sorry, but I've been watching throughout this pandemic all of the Academy Award nominated movies.
He should have seen every movie
I'm
by the end of this pandemic.
65% done. That's there are so many movies. You don't understand. That's 10 nominees per year for a while. And then they changed it and put it to 4. And then they put it back to 10. So all I'm saying is that I've been watching all of those movies and he's sitting out here cast on Big Brother for his love of movies. And he's watched 20 movies total.
So true.
So All I'm
Melissa,
saying is that
Melissa.
that's not impressive to me. I'm sorry.
Good point.
But is popcorn your favorite food, though? He loves popcorn just as much as he
Yeah.
loves movies.
Do you
They go
love
hand in hand.
popcorn as much as
Well,
he
if
does,
he loves
Melissa?
popcorn as much as he loves movies, then he doesn't really like popcorn a lot. Okay, he just barely likes popcorn. He's like 20
Oh
kernels.
my goodness, he can do no right with this movie. Oh my god.
The smartest guys around are about to break it down like they won the game a million times, but really haven't won the game at all. Survivor know-it-alls. Survivor know-it-alls. Lauren and Rob, without a doubt, have got the game all figured out and to know it all. Survivor know-it-alls. Yes, that's right.
Wow, you sound great.
Not expecting to do the karaoke version. I hit the wrong button and the instrumental version came on. I'm like, oh wait, where are the words?
It was meant to be. I like that performance, Rob. I didn't know you could sing like that. Wow. Rob's
That
got
was,
pipes.
we were on, we were live, and I was like, oh, yeah, deer in the headlights.
I love it.
We gotta
I
go.
love it, Rob.
We gotta
I
go.
love it.
Yeah,
you know
and
how to
what
improvise.
I have to. I have
Got
to.
to.
So a lot of people are confused about the Monty Hall problem, myself included. So we have a Monty Hall problem expert that we wanted to bring in to help us understand the Monty Hall problem. Let's bring in Dr. Christian Hubicki is here with us. Christian, how are you?
How are you? I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
I've just been summoned. I heard there was a high stakes mathematical problem, and I just appeared in this podcast magically. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So it was an exciting night. Yes.
Yes, Christian sent us in a message that he was available tonight to help explain the Monty Hall problem. So we had to jump at that opportunity. Thanks also to Laura ED, PhD, who also offered to weigh in on explaining this to us for the Monty Hall problem. But Christian Hubicki, welcome to Survivor Know-It-Alls. So, Christian, could you help us understand the dilemma that is the Monty Hall problem?
Sure, I'm happy to. I was so excited. I was at my TV. I was screaming at my television. My fingers could not type fast enough onto Twitter that this is the Monty Hall problem. But so let's get started. Can you still hear me okay as I switch to my whiteboard view?
Yes.
Okay.
Whiteboard view.
So trying to keep
Okay.
this exciting for your podcast listeners. So I'm handing in front of my whiteboard, and we have the exact situation that we have on the show, where you have three options. Deshaun was given a choice of A, B, or C. And one of which was survival, i.e. the win condition. The other two were dying. I think we determined that he would have literally shuffled off this mortal coil.
Yes.
And he chose it incorrectly. So now he chose box A, which happened to be the correct box, right? And then Jeff offered him the chance to switch boxes after revealing that box C did not have the fire in there. That was one of the death symbols. And he offered Deshaun the opportunity to switch. And this is the classic Monty Hall problem, which a lot of people have heard about, has a counterintuitive solution. It's, even though intuitively it would make sense that, oh, switch or not switch, who cares? It's 50-50. You know, it's a gut shot move anyway. I'll just stick with what my choice was. But that's in fact not the case. You in fact double your chances of winning by switching doors, assuming that Jeff, or i.e. Monty Hall, has revealed one of them. Now, so this is kind of like a crazy thing. I feel like whenever I first hears this solution, it's like, that can't be right. That's nuts. It's just a 50-50, right? Whether or not you switch, you still have that same 1/3 chance of winning, but that's not true. You double it. And here's how. So in the world where Deshaun was correct, obviously he shouldn't have switched, but he didn't know that. He didn't know he was right. However, once Jeff reveals one of the two other solutions as not being right, he in fact has collapsed both of the other options, B and C, and leaving only the best option of B and C. So in effect, Jeff is offering the choice of, Deshaun, do you want box A or do you want the better of box B and C? And there are 2 more of B and C, so you have twice as many chances to get it right. And that's the core of how the Monty Hall problem works. And you can, in fact, try this out for yourself. So you can, in all 3 worlds that exist, the first one, Deshaun was right and shouldn't have switched, but he didn't know that. If B was correct, as it was on the show, Jeff reveals that C is not the right box, leaving only A and B. And if he had switched, he would have chosen box B and been correct. So world 1, Deshaun wins. World 2, Deshaun wins by switching. Now world 3, where C was correct, Jeff would have then revealed box B as being the wrong one. That's out, leaving just box A and C. And again, if Deshaun chooses to switch, he's then correct again with box C. So 2 of the 3 possible worlds, Deshaun wins by switching, but only 1 if he stays. So he gambled, and it worked out for him, but he could have doubled his odds in what I believe is the highest stakes game of Monty Hall in the history of humanity.
I can't believe that. I don't.
Yeah.
What about, isn't there like a lion in one version of this? Like there's like a lion that comes roaring out of the,
Well, I don't know how much you value your own life, Stephen, but I take the $1 million. That's,
Well, Christian, I want to say, like, why do we assume that there's an equal probability that Jeff will have the good rock in in any given box? Isn't it likelier that he won't choose the middle box to put the good rock?
Well, I mean, he can choose any. The thing is, it doesn't matter which box is the good box versus the bad box. The assumption is that Jeff is going to reveal a box no matter what Deshaun chooses, right?
But what if we know that Jeff loves the right side? If Jeff, like 90% of the time, uses the right box, then that changes the whole equation here.
So yeah, if you knew that Jeff loved the right box, you just choose the right box to begin with, Stephen. Think outside.
Well, that's what Deshaun did.
Yeah, exactly. So clearly it assumes that Jeff is going to reveal a box, and that box is going to, of course, be one of the deaths, and that's why the Monty Hall problem works.
Yeah,
this is quite good.
Yeah, I never understood this before, and I finally understand it now, where basically that by switching, you are owning 2 of the boxes as opposed to only owning the one that Deshaun had originally picked. Stop trying to make me think that stew is good. Stew is the worst. Worst food. There's nothing less appetizing than stew. It's got a stupid name. Stew. I hate stew.
You don't like Outback Steakhouse's stew? I wish it was
Outback
sponsored.
Steakhouse has a stew?
No, they Outback Steakhouse sponsored the Merge Feast, and we had to hear Outback Steakhouse's Merge Feast so many times. I wish the stew was sponsored. I wish it was
Who would sponsor
Applebee's
stew? Campbell's soup?
Listen, I know they're only out there for like 2 minutes this season, but they seem hungry.
You don't have take a good and this is where I'll get dragged from the foodies out there, but it's like you don't if you have this is garbage cuts of meat, throw it in, make it a stew, that it's like compost.
Rob,
stew.
This is what the young Gen Zers eat.
Yes,
they eat
Gen
stew.
Z eats stew.
Gen Z eats stew.
No, they don't.
Gen Z eats stew.
Yeah.
We're too old to understand this.
Is that I'm too old?
No,
I don't
we are
get it.
too old.
I don't get it. Okay.
We.
You know what? I think that they were probably going to give them hamburgers, and they're like, no, this is season 41. It's the hardest season ever. Give them stew.
Next week it's just like spam and
give them a Lunchable.
Listen, I would think that stew might even be better than Fijian pizza, though, as has been mentioned on this podcast many times.
I've heard. But I mean, okay, fine. I'm starving. Stew. It was fine, Jeff. But don't go off.
By the way, Jeff, you undersold the hell out of that. It was so good. Hearty potatoes, warm broth, carrots and onions, and that was exactly what we got.
Oh, carrots and onions. Oh my God. Warm broth. gruel.
I mean, it did seem to be raining that last day, which both makes it hard to strategize and makes stew taste better.